What's good, you guys? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here back from a very long hiatus, obviously, to do some right here and now readings. This is the third one for today. Um, we'll see how my energy feels later, but just slowly coming back, all right? So, hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Doing the right here and now is just a little bit differently. I've separated everybody by element so it can kind of help me find the place card just a little bit quicker. We're going to pull from the singing bowl here. Okay. And see who's next on the list. So we have for readings, and so we have Gemini. Okay, so let's get Gemini out here. It has been such a long time. I've just, really been dealing with stuff with my Etsy shop, trying to get stuff kind of built, working on upcoming live event for some spa baskets. So if you're interested, I'll be live on Facebook. You can find the link on my post on the channel in the comment section, or you can go on my About Me page. That's July 19th. You'll have the opportunity to actually bid on about 4 baskets with some of my shop items in there, bath salt, oils, candles, a little bit of makeup, a couple of spa, self-care baskets. I love making baskets, and it's like been a very long time since I've made any. I burnt my finger with some hot glue. So it's been a very long time, but I love making like theme baskets. So if you guys are interested, that event is on a Saturday. It'll be from 8 to 10. So feel free to check that out. Okay. You can also check out my Etsy shop. I actually have some sales going on where oils are now 3 for $25, which is like getting 1 free, and then all 5 salts. I believe I have it set for 35, I believe. So if you're interested, you can click the link also in my About Me page in my bio. Okay. So let's see what the energy is for Gemini. This is a brief reading. I'm not going too in depth unless I, get some energy from spirit guides. 3 shuffles. And I'm probably going to do 2 more for you guys, Gemini, just to make sure. That's what I'm hearing from above. 2 more. And as many times as I've shuffled this deck, because the cards are slightly curved, they still feel, have that new feel to them. So 1 last shuffle. Okay. I'm going to split by 4s, which I normally split by 3s, but it's in my head that we only needed 5 for this reading, 5 shuffles, but you can never be too sure. Okay, so 1 from the top, which is your energy, Gemini, where your energy is possibly right now. 1 from the bottom, which is what your motivation is while being in this energy. And I'm kind of trying to feel the energy for the next card here, which is going to be what your focus is or should be. And I'm getting an energy to pull this one. And then one more. Which is calling for one shuffle for the hidden purpose. No cut. And we're going to go here for the hidden purpose, okay, while being in this energy, okay? So let's see what we have for you guys, Gemini. To start, your energy is Queen of Pentacles, okay? Queen of Pentacles, all right? So opposing the King of Pentacles, you could be in some contemplation. I don't want to say on finances, but something in particular, okay? I know that doesn't really help you right now as far as what your focus is on as it pertains to Pentacles, but obviously I'm feeling or hearing the word grounded in a way, not grounded as in like punishment or anything like that, but just trying to ground yourself in something that's not tied to finances, okay? So it could be something that's of importance to you. Almost feel like more so or less a lot going on in your mental right now, Gemini, on a lot of things where maybe it could be hard for you to focus, okay? But there is something in particular, and again, it may come out when we flip these three over or when we get into a deeper reading for you, okay? But it is something that you are in contemplation about, okay? And it's like I'm seeing something. It's not something that's tied to longevity of any kind, but you are trying to ground yourself in something and maybe focusing on something in particular, okay? It may tie to finances later, okay? Let's see what the motivation is behind this Queen of Pentacles for you, Gemini. And it is a 8 of Cups, okay? 8 of Cups. Some form of balance. You didn't walk away, Gemini. Maybe someone else did, okay? And maybe that's what you're focusing on, the departure of someone or something. Maybe coming to terms with having to let it go because maybe it was for the better good. However, me looking right now, we do have the moon within that 8 of Cups. So there are some things that are hidden, okay? Obviously, moon energy is surrounding Pisces. So you could have either Pisces in your chart or there could be some kind of Piscean energy around you, okay? But the way this card is laying on within the spread, it's kind of walking this way. So maybe someone walked away and then is trying to come back, okay? I don't know why I kind of feel like a 6 of Swords energy maybe as far as gravitating for certain reasons, maybe because of communication and maybe some healing needed to be done, because it is some water energy. Obviously, Eight of Cups is dealing in a water energy kind of vibe. We've already mentioned Pisces. Okay, so let's see what's going on with what the focus is or should be. And it's, wow, the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor coming up right up underneath the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, there obviously, it feels like there needed to be some maturity that needed to transpire. I will say we are at, this is where we only have one more day in June, and we do have the full buck moon that is coming in July, okay, which is more so geared around bucks, male bucks that reach maturity. I've talked about this before last year, okay. The moons don't really change. They may interject a new moon every now and again, but the buck moon is always relevant every year. And so possibly Gemini, you in a Queen of Pentacles state, don't feel a way about, you know, the Empress not being here, because again, you kind of have to look at the Empress as someone who is a creator of sorts, a nurturer or a birther of creation. Doesn't mean you don't have that ability, Gemini. It just means that right now you are looking for stability, okay? Potentially in one facet of your life that could be tied to finding an emperor, okay? For others of you, it may not be looking for a particular person or reconnecting with someone who needed to mature. That's for some of you. Again, take what resonates and pass the rest, okay? It could also mean a transitional period of some sort that could be tied to work, okay? So there is that. If you're looking into leadership position or potentially transitioning from one facet of your career to another, okay? As long as, again, emotions are tied to this Eight of Cups because of the water energy here, and like I said, Pisces. So this could possibly happen for you before we even flip this hidden purpose. These three together are just working in the sense of mapping out possibly your journey into this Emperor phase, okay? But that's all I'm going to say on that. Let's go ahead and look at what the hidden purpose is behind this Queen of Pentacles for you, Gemini. And it's the Magician, okay? Come on now. Let's speak on some manifestation for us, Gemini, okay? I say us because of the fact that I do have Gemini in my birth chart, okay? And so I usually end up talking to y'all. Y'all are one of the signs, aside from Taurus and Scorpio and Pisces, that I always end up talking to the most whenever I do readings for y'all. And so right now, like I said, you're focused on something. Obviously, you have a journey that you either are currently on or need to take. And the Magician is here in the sense of actually manifesting whatever that goal is, okay? I say whatever that goal is because, again, this moon energy is here, you know, ruler of Pisces or ruled by Pisces, in the sense of keep it hidden, okay? That is what moon energy is for, okay? What you want for yourself, no one else can take away from you. But make sure you kind of keep it under wraps of what it is that you want to do, okay? Um, because someone can easily veer you off course if you're not focused, okay? But right now, you are in a mode of actually getting to where it is you want to be as far as that goal is concerned, okay? And I'm trying to talk in code. I feel like I'm talking in code so that way you know, if someone's cross watching on you or whatever, or if someone else sees this and they're not even, you know, a sun sign of Gemini, which is not specific, you know, this is just literally all covering Gemini, okay? So if you have a placement of Gemini, or if you're a sun Gemini, it's for sun or rising in Gemini. This is covering everyone, okay? But no specifics, okay? But I feel like I'm talking in code here because that's how serious the universe is about you keeping this under wraps as much as possible, okay? So you've been doing one thing and moving on to the next because you have your own goals set and you are manifesting it with this magician, okay? So, with that being said, Gemini, that is all I'm going to say on this reading. Hopefully, we can, you know, reconnect again on a more detailed reading. But until then, keep doing what you're doing. Congratulations if it's already happened for you. But I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.